Okay, don't forget to ask questions. Type in a question, and I'm here just to answer questions instead of just babbling about what I want to talk about. It'd be nice if you put in your questions and I could babble on what you want to know about. The neatest thing to me is that, gosh, I mean, I've been studying all this stuff for 30, 40 years. I mean, I'm older than dirt, you know. And I've been doing this for so long. You know, you get good at some of it. And the problem is, some parts you're good at, you know, isn't of value anymore, and you have to learn other stuff. But the accumulation knowledge, I mean, I just feel so fortunate to know it all, and I know off the top of my head I could help a lot of people with a lot of questions, you know, they have, and where to get help. I mean, I still believe that there's so much in our country now available for the asking, you know. Just that we don't know where to ask, don't know how to ask, and they don't make it easy, because all the good stuff that's free is not advertised. All the stuff they're going to charge you money for, you know, they're going to advertise and they're going to find you. So the stuff that don't charge you money, you have to find them. And so that's what I spent a career doing, is showing people where this stuff is that really could help them in life, if they knew it was there, because these people are not going to find you. They don't have advertising money because they're not making money off of you. All they're doing is solving your problem. They're not trying to get more money from you, upsell you, or anything like that. And that's why today it's so many people, a lot of the items I do, and I do like a new video almost every day now. And the ones that get the most views are those that people need money fast, a financial problem they have, and they just want to solve that financial problem quickly. And you know, there are programs set up, federal, state, whatever, and even on the internet now, of places where you could get that kind of money. Now, why did I? Okay, let's go from the top here. I would like to get some kind of funding to set up a greenhouse here on my property and sell different plants and things to my community. Good idea. I mean, anything in you know, greenhouse or plants or urban farming, all that is, you know, it's a growth area. Where are you located? Can you put in there Dangwood? Can you tell me what city or state you're in? Because one of the things is that they have, I know there's even a grant to help you, you know, a portable greenhouse. In other words, sort of like a cover, you know, because you could, you know, maybe you live like in Pennsylvania or something like that, and there's snow 3 months of the year, and so you probably can't grow stuff 6 months of the year. But if you had a cover, you know, then you could maybe extend it for 3 more months. And so Department of Agriculture has money for doing that. Now here's here's where I would go to start that information, is go to your County Cooperative Extension Service. Okay, County Cooperative Extension Service. I have interviews on YouTube, Matthew Lesko 70, YouTube.com/Matthew Lesko 70, and interviews of these people.
Click the select.
I see. Okay. Oh, now I see. See, my boy's over here telling me what this old guy should be doing. You know. Okay. Here's the URL for this, and I don't know how to type in this URL, but it's a County Cooperative Extension Service. It's actually, if you Google find and then County Cooperative Extension Service, you will find a map. And here's the URL if you have time to write it down: csreS.usda.gov/extension/ So that's csreS.usda.gov/extension/. And and I'll at the end of this thing, I'll put all the notes that and URLs we talk about. I'll have this so that you'll see it on YouTube, and you could get the real links, if you didn't copy this right. And it's not only money and help, it's marketing. I mean, they help you market this stuff. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, with any kind of business. I mean, if you have plants and flowers or whatever you're selling, I mean, sure, you could grow the suckers, but how are you going to sell them? And that's what these people are so good at, is that showing you the markets and how to do that. And don't forget, also, what's neat about this, that a lot of these people have, a lot of these programs now have separate money for young people who want to get in the agriculture business, because I think it's just all old farts left that are back still on the farm, and young people see the opportunity there, because there is an opportunity, growing local food and all this kind of stuff, local business, and it's better food and it's healthier and stuff like this, and all our food doesn't have to come from Safeway anymore. So that's where I would start. County Cooperative Extension Service. Again, they're not going to know everything, but they'll certainly know the basic programs and things like that. Okay, the next one here. Select. Okay. Oh, he's got me doing. Hi, I'm a disabled veteran and want to get money to purchase properties from the banks and revitalize the neighborhood. Eric Matthews. Well,
Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, you're in Brooklyn. Well, if you're going to do it in Brooklyn, New York, Eric, then that's certainly a good place. Now, I would think real estate, it's hard to get money, because that's sort of like, that's an investment, but a different kind of investment. There's not like real estate money programs for you to be an investor. There are real estate programs for you to buy properties and also fix up properties, okay? So that's available. And don't forget, I mean, I think anybody in the military should be first in line for any government program that we have in this country. Not only what the Veterans Office offers and everybody else, but everything else. Like in Brooklyn, there's probably 150 housing programs, because there are federal programs, state programs, local programs. Brooklyn has a certain program, so they're all over. But to buy property and fix it up, gosh, I mean, you may have to find a partner, to make a deal happen. It's not, definitely, but it may be. It's just you may have to put the deal together. You have to have 10% down or whatever, your own money. So that may require a partner. And the way to get a partner, I mean, don't forget, there's a lot of investor money out there nowadays. People, I mean, look at in Brooklyn, you must see this, all the startups and the venture money. I mean, I see young people living just off venture capital money, because they're starting new businesses because fat cats want to throw money at new businesses. So real estate is always going to be, a great long-term investment, and particularly the, urban housing. I mean, what I would do is start getting to know the programs locally. See, it's a chicken and egg thing. You could say that, well, you want to do something, yes, but if the government doesn't have programs that are going to help you do that, and you find that they have a program for something else that's close, then that is maybe what you want to do. So I think the first thing you want to do is go to your local housing authority and investigate those programs, what they have there, because they will have programs that to fix up properties or whatever, or to buy properties that's in trouble and things like that, and that's what they're for. So what you want to do is start collecting a shopping list of programs that are currently available that you could take advantage of. If you have problems doing any of that, you could also always call 211. 211 is your local number that shows you about nonprofit organizations or government organizations that solve problems and how they could help you. So you could call 211 and say, hey, I'm looking for housing money. What organizations have that? And they'll give you the contact information. Okay, so that's where I get started there. We had done that. Okay, I am also looking for funding to go to school. I am currently using a vocational rehab. It is going to end soon and will need another type of funding to replace it. Eric Matthews, didn't you just say something? Oh, I see, that's the same guy. Okay. Oh, I see, Eric, you also gave me the link, the County Cooperative Extension Center. Oh, I see. Oh, that's not Eric. Great. Somebody's laughing at me at the other room. I don't know what they're just beating up on old people. I think there's an elder abuse hotline I'm going to get. The people here in this household are abusing the elderly here. Okay, looking for funding to go to school. I'm currently using rehab. I'm going to end soon. Okay, a couple things there. You, Eric, the rehab money. Okay, so that means you're getting you're getting spending money to live on while you're going to school. That's going to run out. And what else do you do? Okay, to me, it's hard to find an exact replacement. To me, what you have to do is, okay, how could you piece this together also? And to me would be, one is start looking at all the programs that are available to pay for other kinds of things. I mean, I don't know if you have a mortgage, you have a rent, you have those kinds of issues, because there's money if you have trouble paying your rent or mortgage or things like that. There's money programs available to help you do that. So if you're having trouble with that, and maybe you have another year to go through on that, you could Google something like emergency rent or mortgage money, and you'll see this is a federal program, but it's run at this local level. So to find your local office, you can Google emergency rent, emergency mortgage money. So this would be money that you could tap into when you have trouble paying for this kind of thing. Okay, also, are you taking advantage of other kinds of programs that if you're low income or whatever, that will help you pay your utility bills. They will help you pay your phone bill. There's a very program all over that a cell phone for next to nothing, because you're in a certain income. So that's, it seems like there's a you have to make sure that you're applying for all those kinds of programs. And then the other thing to me is, I don't know if this is possible. There's a lot of ways to make money part-time. We have a video that we did that shows about 33 programs, and these are things on the internet you could do just at home or little jobs. It's easy to get part-time jobs that earn a bit of income that keep you going. To me it's easier than ever before, because there's platforms now that do all this to make extra money, or whether you have an extra bedroom that you don't need, you can make a couple $100 a week just because you have that extra bedroom nobody's using, and put it on Airbnb. You have a garage you're not using or something like that. There's so many ways to get extra money from the stuff you already have, or even skills. You can work. See, it's now so flexible. As a student, like now is you could work when you want, like you could drive for Uber, and they make up to $40,000, just 40 hours a week too. That's in big cities, So this is incredible stuff. Taxi cabs drivers making only 30 grand if they're lucky, So it's a whole new way of doing things out there, and you have control. You work exactly when you want. You're working for a taxi cab company, they just want you on the road 15 hours a day or whatever the heck it is. So it's a whole different way of doing that. I'll put in the link to that video of all those 35 places to get extra money like that. Okay, that's done.
And he's got one more follow-up. Senior housing.
Oh yeah, okay. Eric, boy, you're bleeding the hell out of me here, Eric. That's great. I would like to do senior housing. I don't know where to find these programs. Okay, to find out. Is Eric in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? Okay. There is something called Elder Care Hotline. Okay. Elder Care Hotline. If you Google that, Elder Care Hotline, call them. It's an 800 number, and you're looking for the Area Office on Aging. Okay, Area Office on Aging. This is an office in every county that we have now to help seniors. And what's neat about these offices, they know about the programs for seniors, okay? So if you find the Area Office on Aging, that's a great place to start for finding out those programs, for senior housing, and what's available and start, educating yourself on the system more. And that's what it really is about, is educating yourself about the system so that you can see opportunities. Before you know something, you think there's an opportunity in something, so you dream of it and you go, but that opportunity is going to change because the reality, as you start finding more information, you'll see a better opportunity. So that's what you need to get the facts. And one about senior housing is the Area Office on Aging, about senior housing. Okay, county expansion. I would like to do senior housing. Okay, we did that, right? Okay, Christina, are you feeling better? I'll listen in and ask more. Thanks. Okay, actually, Christina is very important to me. I interviewed her. Her video is up on our website now. And she's typical of how people can, you have trouble, a financial problem or whatever, they're starting to use crowdfunding, okay? See, there's programs like if you have trouble financially or whatever, you need $500 or $1,000 to pay something, you go find the government programs from nonprofit organizations or government offices or whatever, but also there's programs at online. These are programs, from, crowdfunding sites. This is exciting stuff. We've all heard about this stuff, but a lot of people don't use them. And what's so neat about Christine, that she's using them. The major ones, I forget what which site she has on, but it's on the video. But these, you could go to GoFundMe.com, YouCaring.com, MyCause.com, GiveForward.com, CauseWish.com. And like Christina needed a couple $1,000 because she was abused in a relationship and lost her teeth. This terrible person she was living with, ruined her teeth, and she has new teeth, and she talks about how she just misses her smile so much, and so she's going out solving the problem herself, using crowdfunding. It's just an incredible tool we have in our society. It goes to the crowds, and you speak to people that from your heart, and people hear that and they listen, and even if it doesn't work, you learn how to do that process, because I think this is a new process now for doing anything in our lives. Now people are getting millions and millions of dollars on crowdfunding to start businesses or invest in real estate. They are real estate crowdfunding, things like that. Or just to get extra money to pay for your dental work, to do that. And actually there's another one, Christina, there's a site, I don't know if you know this. This is an interesting crowdfunding site that it's called modestneeds.org. And they give up to like $1,000 for kinds of things. But what they have is an organization of donors, people that really want to donate, and so to try that website, modestneeds.com, and the people use that. Like somebody needed $1,900 because their child's hospital stay caused them to fall behind in their mortgage, so they need another $2,000, and that's what they're going on modestneeds.com for. A single mother of 3 girls needs to replace the front door. She needs $1,800 to do that. Or here, in need of critical dental work. This is like you, Christine. They need $1,300 for that. Working parents need help after a car accident. Okay. Recent cancer diagnosis. Vietnam vet needs help paying mortgage. See, I mean, these kind of things. I mean, we used to go to churches and things like that, but everybody doesn't belong to church anymore, right? So where are you going to go in the community for this? So that's why these websites are out there for this. And some of the ones that I looked at earlier, they're sort of interesting because people are using it for all kinds of stuff. That needs $1,000 to see grandma before she dies. Well, that's important, right? And so you can go and see and open your heart out. This is important for you, and see if you could get the money for something like that. $9,000 for a dog to have surgery. I mean, it's amazing how we spend so much money on animals. I mean, and we need it. Or here's a cute one. $300 because Mindy got knocked up. So this young girl who's having a baby needs $300. I mean, help pay for a wedding. $2,500 to get your family back from above water, and that's youcaring.com. See, if you start learning how to use these tools that are out there in society, even if you don't get $1 million or something like that, you're learning, and this is going to be more and more of the way you solve problems in our society. Okay, thanks for the kind words. I really appreciate some more donations. Oh, great, wonderful. Oh yeah, her Christine's is GoFundMe.com/abuse is not funny. So that's GoFundMe.com. Abuse is not funny. That's Christine's website for her dental work that she needs because she was abused by her husband, or ex-husband. But it's important, I think, that that you now can take these problems into your own hands to solve them. You don't have to go and have some bureaucrat anoint you because they're going to give you money or something like that. No, you don't have to. You know what, Christine? We have a crime victims fund. Every state. Now this is interesting. That we have money in every state for things like this, and if you're a victim of crime and need dental work, then there's money for that. And I think that may be looking at me. If I recall, you're in Minnesota, and they're a pretty progressive state, and they may have. So when this happened as a victim of crime, this may be interesting. I'm wondering if that's another possibility. Oh, just a thought. Okay, let's see. So that's done. Are you feeling better? I'll listen and ask more questions. Thanks for providing public wellness today. Okay, great, Christina. Okay, Mr. Lesko, I'm 40-year-old man looking to get healthy, but can't take time off of work due to my financial reasons. Are there programs that can help financially while getting healthy and losing unhealthy obesity while I take off from my job? So you want to lose weight, it sounds like. You're a 40-year-old man, and you feel you have to quit working in order to lose weight. That sounds, well, I mean, I don't know why, unless you severe obesity. Is this something initially? When I take time off from my job, help financially. Well, all the programs, I mean, like if you need financial assistance with any of these bills and things like that you're getting paid, gosh, I mean, what's in my mind here is that you have, I can't see why working means you can't lose weight or something, that you have to not work to lose weight. Or maybe it's what I would do, what did you call this? Go to 211 and look for healthy living clinics or something like that. What kind of professional advice you have available to help you do this better. And there, bunches of. See, what happens is the government gives out grants they call block grants. There's a big pot of money in a block, and it goes to the federal, then it goes to the state, then the city, and then they divvy it up to nonprofit organizations that are doing good stuff in the community. So you're looking for someone in your community who's getting one of these block grants that help people get healthier, okay? So, that's very important in our society now. I'm a little confused about why you can't work and get healthier, but I'm a dumb old guy, so that's interesting. So start with that 211, and then shoot me an email later or whatever, and maybe I'll have another kind of thing to do or in more details on that, James, because I'm not really clear. Okay, 33. Oh, there's the. Oh, good. Morgan put up the 33 ways to make real money real fast with little work and zero cost. Yeah, see, there's so many scams out there that promise you making money. These are all real places that you could go do easy enough and not complicated work and get paid for it, decent money to do it. Okay, I'm in Blaine, Tennessee.
First guy with a greenhouse.
Oh, the Tennessee. Well, that's a cool state. I think you got. Okay, wait.
So follow details. I don't know.
Okay, no. Okay, let's see. Current answer. I've done that. Thanks for the lead. Okay. Oh, okay. Great. I'll check out. Yeah, the Crime Victims Fund. Yeah, that's right. Christine, is the Crime Victims Fund. Because you're a victim of crime. Is there a grant to send cloth and supply to families overseas? Is there a grant to... Eric, boy, you're a busy guy. Eric, good for you. Man, that's right. Somebody said free, and Eric knew. Oh, look, he's got another one coming. Well, that's great. You know what there is? What they do, they have, if you're a nonprofit kind of thing or doing something self-help, the Department of Defense has a program that will ship your stuff for free overseas. And that's pretty cool. I forget the name of it offhand. If you call your congressman, if you go to votesmart.gov or votesmart.org, I think, votesmart.org, and you put in your zip code and you get your congressman there, contact your congressman's office and tell them that you're looking for the program that will help you, that sends materials and stuff like this for nonprofit organizations overseas, or actually it's for doing good work, not for business people, if that's what you mean. Okay, do you know of a program that I can get money for just help? Well, if you go to lesko.com and you'll see on the front page it has the top 25 programs in your state. Okay, these are all money programs in the state. Some of them are for doing some things, some of them are not for doing some things. So if you're looking for a program for just help, it's a complicated issue, and that's why the best thing to do is find the programs, and that's where you could find those 25 programs, the best place to start, and see how to make those work for what you want to do. See, the problem is that you can't go to the government and say, hey, I need $10,000 because I want to make green pants or something like that. They don't have a green pants program. So what do you have to? But they do have something for like maybe rehabilitation or something like that. So they give out $20,000 for something like that. Well, it doesn't say what I have to do with it. I can still make green pants, right? As long as I'm being rehabilitating something. So that's, I mean, it's the way to use a lot of these programs is to understand the program, see what's there, and how you can use it to your benefit. Because they have a benefit that they want to get out of it, the government, and then what you do is twist it to how you use it for your benefit too. And the problem is that there's 17,000 programs, so you got to start somewhere. And I think the best thing is to start educating yourself about all the different kinds of programs. And that's we have that list of the top 25 programs in the area, in any state. And these are all money programs to help you live better. And that would be the place to start, something like that. Okay, Don. Okay, Eric, okay, you're back. I didn't know where to find these programs. Is there a website, and will it affect my benefits? And SSD, I found a program called Hardest Hit Fund, but it just ended the program. Help people pay off their mortgage to the bank. I missed it. Is there something like that? Oh, Eric, if you have, if you're paying off, you have a mortgage problem, let me give you a number. There's a lot of programs now. If you have a mortgage, need help with that, I mean, you could probably reduce your mortgage half of it. It's just that they're government programs. There's a whole listing of them, and they're called Affordable Modification Program, Home Affordable Modification Program, HAMP, Home Affordable Modification Program. And there's about 4 or 5 programs in that area to help people pay less on their mortgage. They're very good. They'll cut your mortgage, maybe by $1,000 a month or whatever. Here's their phone number too, is 877-622-8525. 877-622-8525. So no, there's a lot of mortgage help. And now you say you found a fund, a hardest hit fund, but it just ended. There's funds now that the federal government has that will be there forever. So don't worry about that one. You want to go to the ones that are there for a long time, and they will be there for a lot longer. The other thing you want to do is you want to go to the HUD counseling offices. You want to find your local HUD counseling, HUD, and then counseling. And you'll see a directory if you Google that. And these counselors will know these programs and help you get hooked up with one of those too. Okay. Oh boy, Morgan's really doing this. See you just fine. Oh, this is probably an old thing, yeah. Ooh. Great. I live in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, Eric, boy. Well, I think Eric.
That's past that.
But yeah, right. It's all well, thank you. We 30 minutes. We're now 40 minutes doing this, and we had some technical problems in the beginning. It was fun to do this. I'm going to do it more often. I think it's a way for me to learn, and you guys too, I hope. And to me, information is like oil in the ground. It's there, and if we don't bring it up and use it, it's useless. So I know a lot of stuff, and I love bringing it up and trying to use it. Okay, and then I'll get all the links onto this, and we'll add it on, and you can see it on YouTube. And we'll see you next time. So stay tuned. We'll have another hangout soon.
Sometimes I think your loved ones could be your worst enemies in life. You know why? Because they want to keep you from failing. They say, don't do that, you're gonna fail, and that's gonna not work out for you very well, Buster, And see, the truth is, anytime you want to do something new, you have to fail. You have to learn how to do it. And the only way you learn how to do it is by getting out there and practicing and trying it out and seeing how it works. It's sort of like when we first learned to walk, right? We just don't get up and walk because somebody said, hey, you should walk. You got to figure out how to work those legs and stuff like that, and you'll fall on your butt 100 times, But our parents and loved ones say, hey, after we learn walking, they say, no, don't do anything in life because you're going to fail. And that's true. You will fall on your butt, and you will, not make it the first time out probably. But you'll learn a little bit now, a little bit later, whatever. And that's why learning the new tools on how to succeed in life. Oh, I'm fighting a flu for 10 days now. And it's still fighting. But that's how we learn. I mean, there's tools out there now to learn in life. And see, when you learn them and you get that feedback, man, that empowers you to get more and to give more in life and to do things more in life. Right now, we all seem to work at jobs where our boss doesn't care because they're so busy trying to please their boss, and everybody's trying to please somebody else, and they forget to say thank you for doing such a great job you're doing. And that's why putting your talents on the internet, like crowdfunding and all these kinds of things that are happening online, man, you get gratification. It's a place where you could put your heart and your talent. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't cost any expertise. You don't have to make a big investment. You say, hey, I have this idea, and I want to share it with people and see what it's like, and you put it out there. Man, like this guy you're going to see now, we got 500, 600 people say, wow, that's a great idea. I'll give you some money to help you make that happen. You don't even have to have the idea finished yet. See, now where else are you going to get 500, 600 people to say you're great, what you have in mind and what you want to do to change the world a little bit, is a terrific thing to do. And we should have more people like you doing that. Now, what's better in life? What's better to help us grow? I mean, we're only going to give more. The reason I think most of us don't want to work so hard because we don't get any good feedback. We're doing something we don't like. We're working for somebody who doesn't appreciate as much as we think they should. And now there's a way to explore the world that, your loved ones aren't the smartest people in the world, probably aren't going to buy your stuff anyway. So you could get out there on the internet in the world and you find 300, 400, 500 people who just think what you're doing is the greatest thing in the world. And they say, gosh, that's a terrific idea you're doing. And I think people should be doing more of that. Man, wouldn't be great to hear? Wouldn't we all love to live our life every day like that? Well, it is possible. It just takes risk, and it takes falling down a little bit. But now you have a place to fail that's easy because it doesn't cost anything to fail. You can just get out there and try things. Hey, does this work? We're all inventors. People who make things, they don't do it the first time out. They tinker around and try it this way, try it that way, try it that way. That's what we all have to do. And now we have a place to do all that. So watch how this young guy does it, because you could do this too. Well, Dom Bizzari, man, more importantly, these things are called the pop-up turtle coasters, right?
Yep, that's right.
And they're wonderful. I mean, they act functionally as a coaster, but they're fun. I mean, it really pops up and goes down, and you put a glass on it, and the little pop-up thing disappears and becomes flat and catches any mess, and you got beautiful colors, and I see it right in behind you there. You got some, right?
Yeah, it makes it fun. It gives a little life to your boring average coaster, right? A little extra functionality and all that.
Well, what a wonderful Valentine's Day gift. Well, I guess you won't be out of manufacturing by then, but we could, if we do it to get this, I mean, we could show them a picture and it'll be coming, right? Because
absolutely.
You're doing so well on Kickstarter now, you're going to be making these things soon, and they'll be in stores and everything. And I guess now you're really getting them cheaper than once it becomes retail.
Yeah, ultimately, right now these ones are 3D printed prototypes that I make myself here at my studio. And once we get into actual production, these ones take 4 hours each to make.
Wow.
So it's just not viable. I mean, they're almost like final product, and a bunch of my friends have them, kind of like game testing for me, and it works perfectly fine. But it's not feasible. So going
it
into
doesn't.
production is going to be good, and yeah, it'll bring the cost down and
Well, you get a pair of these like for $14, right?
correct.
Right, and I see like in the video, I mean your video is really cute that you have on Kickstarter, and the kids get excited about playing them because it's almost like I don't know, you can bounce all these things all over the table and have
Yeah.
fun with these things.
Yeah, it gives them something to do, when it's not being used as a coaster, when they're just
Right.
sitting there, on your coffee table being unused. Yeah, is that extra little functionality to mess around with.
Now you're a freelance designer, so you design stuff for other people, but this is your first attempt at really making your own stuff. Instead of making other people money, you're going to make your own money, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And what made you do that? Just greed, or do you feel more self-fulfilled when you're doing it?
Yeah, that's always been my dream. I kind of fell into freelance as kind of an ultimate segue into this.
Uh-huh.
I really, I was looking for a full-time job and stuff, but freelance was really more my thing. I get to keep it fresh, new projects,
Right.
every, other month. And, and a sense of accomplishment when you finish those projects, you beat the deadline. And we did so much of that, that I really got a good understanding of the industry. And, I decided it was time to, try and take on something myself.
Well, were you working on consumer products like this is, or were they all kind of products?
I was kind of all over the board
Yeah.
for the past few years. I dabbled in a little bit of architecture, doing some CAD design for the architect, and we
Uh-huh.
built a custom house in Princeton.
Wow.
To consumer products like dog chew toys and
Oh, really?
even
I see.
furniture and stuff like that.
Chew furniture.
Yeah, so just whatever company
Yeah.
needed any kind of concept sketching, new product ideas, any kind of CAD, 3D design.
So now you're an inventor, I guess, with your 3D printer back there, which is very reasonable nowadays. You don't need to, mortgage the house to get one of these things anymore, like it was in the beginning. And
Yeah,
so
it's
you
amazing.
just work on these things and to get prototypes to see if they work. Put it on Kickstarter, raising 20 grand, and now you have a full business.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
the idea. Hopefully, that's how it pans out. We're still a little bit away from the goal, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty confident we'll make it there.
But now you graduated what, 2007 or 8 or something like that?
Yeah, 2008.
I see why you're a freelancer. The market went down, and it was.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bad time for
Right.
my sector, research and development, and all that was kind of very slow. Nobody was making anything new. Everybody, trying to save money, and yeah, it was very very slow for our sector for several years, and
Wow.
and that's kind of how I kind of dove into freelance, and everything kind of just went from there.
So you thank God you didn't get a normal job, because then you wouldn't have been doing this, right?
Yeah. It's very possible.
And now you have a whole new career. Now you're going to be a business person, not only a designer. You got to figure out logistics and accounting and distribution.
It's a lot to take on your own. There's a lot more aspects to it than one would think.
But it's fun, man. I mean, that's
It
why
is.
you're a freelancer. You're never doing the same thing all the time. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, that's what I feel a small business. Man, you could work all day on any one of 10 things, and they're all important,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I live for this. I set myself up in a way to kind of be in this position, and now I'm finally here and doing it. That it's it's very satisfying.
Wonderful. Well, actually, you're taking, well, I mean, you're doing it all, and now you have, hundreds of people that's saying, "Hey, you did great." Before, when you're making it for one company, you're lucky if you get one pat on the back, right?
Yeah, no, that's very true.
And now every time that clicker goes on Kickstarter, that's another guy who likes me.
Yeah, it's exciting. It sure is.
And you get that reinforcement. Man, we all need that. That's why I think when people hate their jobs, because nobody pays attention to you at work anymore. And, you don't feel appreciated, and you put something out there that you worked on, and people appreciate it, and hundreds of people appreciate it, and that's a nice warm feeling.
Yeah. To get the feedback that I've received so far is, it's a nice feeling.
Well, that's wonderful. Okay, get these now. It's going to be on Kickstarter for a few more weeks, and you can get to the Kickstarter by going COOSTR, Cooster, but no E, COOSTR.com. And that's the website. You see that, and you click through Kickstarter. Watch the video, because that really makes those things sing.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, the video and everything, it shows it in action. I tried to make it as hands-on as possible so you can really get a feeling. But really, I still think it doesn't even do it justice. A lot of people sort of don't understand, but once you get it in your hands and you can really see like the functionality and just what it can do, and you'll find your own uses for it.
Did you
besides
hire
just being
professionals to do your video? Because that's a cute video.
Excuse me?
Did you hire professionals to do your video?
Yeah, he's a professional, but he's also a friend.
Oh, I
colleague.
see. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so I networked out a little bit,
Right,
and it was kind of like a friend of a friend who has his own video production, and gave him a call, and gave me the friend price, and we worked through it pretty good.
Wonderful. No, it's great. So it's COOSTR.com, and see Dom Turtle Coasters, pop-up turtle, pop-up turtle coasters.
Yes,
Great.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Yelpbooster.com.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you, Matthew.
Well, we all have to take inspiration from life wherever we could find it. So many times, we go to big blockbuster movies and read the hottest novels or whatever to get inspiration, about doing things in life and to be inspired from other people's actions. That, hey, we could do that too. Well, I think the best, inspiration comes from average people doing something. And that's why you got to watch this video. I mean, there's a young woman who really had abusive relationships, and the guy she was married to really wound up her teeth were terrible. She got rid of the guy, but still has bad teeth, and now needs a couple $1,000 really to fix her teeth. So she goes around looking for help and doesn't get it, and now she's able to take the bull by the horns herself and make something happen. And that's what's important. And sure, it's not $1 million, and they're the ones we like to read about. The guy who goes in his garage and invents something, gets $1 million. I mean, that's getting hit by lightning. And most of us have to work hard every day and try new things to see how they might work for us, because nobody knows what works for us or not. And that's what's neat about what's out there in our society now, these internet websites and crowdfunding and things like that really puts back into the hands of the individual the power to create the sources they need to solve problems in life. You don't have to go to a nonprofit organization or even to a government grant program. When there are tools like this out there to help us solve our problems. And that's why I think average person's using this, because that's how the average person is going to find out how to use it. Sure, you're not going to get $1,000 million. I mean, the first time you use this, but you'll learn the process. And so you'll solve a little bit of the problem the first time. And then the next time, it'll be a bigger problem you'll be able to solve. And you'll be able to grow like that. Everything comes from growing. Anything you're going to use new for the first time, and you're going to fall on your butt 100 times. So you get out there and keep trying. And that's why this woman is an inspiration. She took it in her own little way, trying to figure out her own self. She's getting problems, part of the problem solved, and she's on her way. So watch this. Well, it's Christine Moya, and your website is abuseisnotfunny.com, and that really that could lead people to your crowdfunding site. Is that right, Christine?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But more importantly, your story, I think, is very inspiring for people. I mean, you had an abusive relationship where it was terrible, and you've been beat up, and you lost all your teeth, and all kinds of other medical problems, and it really set you back a big way in life that you're still trying to recover. But more importantly, you're doing something about it. I mean, you're an activist for yourself. I guess in the past you've been an activist for other people and still want to be now, particularly for abused women. But you're an activist for yourself. I mean, you're going on the internet now and helping finance, the rest of your surgery you need in your mouth because of this abusive relationship, because there's no other way this is going to happen, right?
Correct.
And
correct.
you have to do it.
I miss my smile. I mean,
well, it's very important, particularly in our society nowadays. And And that's, but I just have to honor you for doing so much for yourself and not, just saying, giving up and blaming the world for all the problems you have.
Well, thank
And-
you very much. I
and
appreciate
doing
it.
that. And that's why I want to share with people that there are ways to solve problems, in this society. And you are not some high-tech techie or something like that. So what made you think of going online and raising funds for this?
Well, what I had done is I had seen online an article on people that are starting businesses and that type of thing, and I have a couple of inventions, and so
Oh, I
I thought,
see.
well, I would look into that, and then somebody suggested to me that I check into crowdfunding for my teeth.
Ah,
And I did some checking as far as some of the top sites
Right.
that did that had the that did medical bills and that type of thing. And I set up a website. I did a video, and that is at GoFund.com.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.com/abuse is not funny. And it tells my story, and I give updates and that type of thing on there.
No, I mean, and the story, and what's clever, I think, about the video is that really you're not on camera a lot. So you're really telling the story like you are to a friend. I think it's very effective. I mean, so many people think, well, I have to hire a Hollywood producer or something to do a video or something, but you don't, do you?
No, I kind of learned all that by myself and just kind of got into it. And one of the main reasons why I don't have myself on the video that much is because I'm rather embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because I have
I
teeth.
understand. Well, hope we'll fix that soon, it sounds like. And well, are you also technology inclined? I mean, have you repaired computers before or something like that you were able to do this?
No, whenever I was pregnant with my daughter,
Uh-huh.
back in 1989 and 1990, I was on bed rest for 16 weeks. And I don't make a very good patient. I can't just sit there and be quiet and calm and everything. So I taught myself how to do website design.
Oh, I see.
And
Cool.
so I've just kind of progressed from there, and I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
And on GoFundMe, did that take a long time to set it all up? I mean, weeks of work or something like that? I can't imagine.
No, all you got to do is type up a letter and then put it up on the website, and there you go. If you don't want a video, you don't have to have a video.
Oh, really? Wow.
Right. But it's more effective, they say, whoever
Yeah.
they are,
Yeah.
to have a video on there.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think
you
your
don't have to.
Yeah, your video is very compelling because it tells your story. I mean, about how you ran into this man and your baby clock was running out and you wanted to have a child and you thought he was it. And God, when you walked out of the church after the wedding, I mean, he said something very bizarre.
We got married on a Saturday, and prior to that, for like a year and a half, he would go to church with me every week. And Sunday after we got married, I'm not stepping church again. And I thought to myself, what did I get myself into? But I heard that clock,
Yeah,
that baby
right.
clock.
And that was it. Well, you have a nice daughter, it sounds like, and
Yes.
you guys are still very close. And thank God you're not close to this guy anymore. He
Definitely,
caused you so
definitely.
much pain. But you had to get restraining orders and everything like this in order to, put your life back together again. And I understand that you even stole money from fraudulently got money out of your mother that you didn't know about, and
Yes.
all these kinds of things. It was just a dreadful situation. And then you got beat up, and that is still recovering from. And it seems like single moms are they're such an incredible resource in this country that we don't pay enough attention to. I mean, you're really, have the weight of the country, it seems, because you're taking care of the children, and usually the incomes are a heck of a lot lower. Everything,
Right.
on single moms, and there's so much help that's needed in that area, and that's why it's nice for you to identify a real need. And plus, you're not
putting away your embarrassment or whatever about what's happening. I mean, that's so important, and that takes a lot of courage, I think. So what you did, it really takes courage. Other people, some
Thank you.
societies may say, go crawl in a hole and, lick your wounds or something, but no. I mean, how do we stop these kinds of things besides, unless people express themselves and the rest of us know about it, and you're in real need now, and people should help you out with this because of unusual circumstances. You're a neighbor, whether you're in Minneapolis or in Washington, D.C., you're still a neighbor citizen and deserve help. I mean, it's sort of like, if someone's house that you saw was on fire, you're not going to sit a lawn chair and watch it burn. You want to do something about it. So if another person is in trouble, I think all of us in society have an obligation to try to do whatever we can, to help. And
I agree. And that's what my ultimate goal is, to help with public education and bringing awareness to domestic violence and abuse, and showing women and men that there are options out there, and providing them with information and resources to employment, that type of thing. That is my ultimate goal.
Wonderful. We got to get you back on your feet and get well again so you can go out and save the rest of the world. So we got to save Christine Moya first. and she's at abuseisnotfunny.com, and her a program on GoFundMe.com /abuseisnotfunny.com. But you can always find her on her own website. Well, thank you for sharing everything and being in our community and trying to make the rest of us live better too.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, Matthew. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I just came back from a free seminar on how to write a grant, right? And there was nobody there selling me anything or upselling to some, consulting service or anything. No, this was put on by my congressman, my local congressman. And they're all over the country like this. So don't pay me or anybody else if you want to find out about grants when they're giving this information away for free, right? So if you're a nonprofit or looking for grants, or who the nonprofits are that are giving out other money, that you could take advantage of, go there. Here's what I learned today. It's sort of neat. Here, there's a great website called usaspending.gov. This has been around for years. I didn't even know about it. I thought I knew everything about government. So usaspending.gov, and that shows you how they're spending grants, loans, contracts, direct payments, all the money that the government gives out, and that's a single website. So you can see who's getting this money, and then actually what subcontracts are getting that money too. So it's a great little website. Here's other things I learned about too, that a lot of agencies now are putting copies of the successful grant applications on their website. So you could, again, see right from the government's office what a winning application looks like. So it's like getting the test ahead of time. So there's no magic in this world. So, don't go hiring grant writers before you look at all this kind of stuff. Okay. Also, you could also be a grant writer panelist. This is somebody who determines who gets the grants. See, they look for people all over the country or whatever. See, they have a panel usually of like 3 people, and 2 of these people are not government employees, so they're just people who volunteer or whatever. So find out about that. Look at the areas you're interested in. Like maybe you're thinking about, I need grants for me, because I'm an artist. Well, find out how to be a panelist on a local place where they give out grants for artists, so you can see what it's like and you get the inside. Because you don't have to be a grant writer or a professional and all this kind of stuff, to be one of these panelists. They're just looking for independent people to do it. Also, when you apply for a grant, this is something I learned, make sure you get a copy of the evaluation if you don't make it. So if they don't give you the money, you have a right to get the evaluation form why they didn't give you the money. What grade did you get on this? What grade did you get on that? What was wrong? Did you have mustard all over your application? Or whatever the heck it is. You'll find out of that. And also remember, what I've learned today is that most all the agencies that are giving out money, they have free workshops just for their application. So you could go and find out and sit in a free course given by the people giving out the money to learn how to fill the application, right? So that's better than spending money on a grant writer. You're getting right
from the horse's mouths. So that's how to find out about all this stuff. Contact your local congressman or senator or elected official. Ask them about seminars like this. Here, you could go to this website, votesmart.org. And you put in your zip code, your address, and tell you who your local people are. You contact them. Hey, I want to know about applying for grants. And they help you for free.